It wasn't a very festive end to the year for the Eurozone, at least not if you believe the data. Preliminary numbers out Monday showed the bloc's economy eking out growth over the last 3 months of 2021. It expanded just 0.3% on the quarter. The slowdown had been expected by analysts, following signs of weakness from Germany. Normally the region's economic powerhouse, it contracted 0.7% on the quarter. Over the period, activity was sapped by resurgent health worries. That was only partially offset by a better performance elsewhere. France grew 0.7% on the quarter, while Italy saw expansion of 0.6%. The outlook everywhere remains very uncertain, however. Italy's economy is seen rebounding to pre-crisis size this year, but the country's central bank has also warned that downside risks are mounting. Besides health worries, soaring costs for energy are hitting businesses and households around the region. There were fresh signs Monday that the chip shortage is still biting at automakers. Jaguar Land Rover-owner Tata Motors sank to a bigger than expected loss over the 3 months to the end of December. The deficit hit around $203 million, compared to a profit this time last year. Tata says the silicon drought is now easing, but will continue to some degree through the rest of 2022. It's engaging with chip makers directly in a bid to secure stable supplies. Car makers have been caught short amid booming demand for consumer electronics and health crisis-related disruption to supply chains. Tata also warned that rising inflation is a real worry, driving its costs ever higher. However, the Indian firm says demand remains strong at the maker of Range Rover SUVs.
Video gaming could be on course for a record-breaking $150 billion in deals, financing and IPOs this year. At least that's what investment banking firm Drake Star Partners believes. Their estimate comes after the year kicked off with 2 mega buyouts. Microsoft targeted Activision Blizzard, the home of big seller Call of Duty, for nearly $70 billion, while Take-Two Interactive bid $11 billion for Farmville developer Zynga. Those 2 buys alone have put this year's deals close to 2020's record total of $85 billion, itself almost 3 times the year before. Drake Partners projects that Amazon and Netflix could move in with big bets on the industry. In Asia, the likes of China's ByteDance and Japan's Sony, the maker of the PlayStation, are also on the radar. It all comes after lockdowns drove a huge boom in gaming. The industry is also consolidating as big players hunt new revenue streams.
Whoa, all right, that's a little too realistic.
Then there is the so-called metaverse. It's long been seen as a part of gaming's future, connecting people through augmented or virtual reality, but it recently caught headlines when Facebook changed its name to Meta Platforms and said it would focus on the online realm. Elsewhere, Drake Partners believes that Epic Games and Discord will be names to watch when it comes to potential IPOs.
Stocks finished higher on Monday, closing out a volatile month for Wall Street, with the day's gains helping the tech-heavy Nasdaq narrowly avoid its worst ever start to the year. The Nasdaq gained a whopping 3.4% on Monday, while the S&P and Dow Jones also finished strong for the day. The Nasdaq finished the month down roughly 9%, just ahead of its worst January performance on record, when it fell close to 10% in 2008. The bellwether S&P 500 had its worst month since March 2020 when the pandemic hit, but Kevin Mon, the president and chief investment officer at Hennion & Walsh Asset Management, said he believes the stock market will bounce back from a rough January.
There's some recent research from LPL that supports that belief, as there have been only other 6 times in history where the S&P 500 has experienced a correction as quickly as it has in 2022. And here's the silver lining. In all 6 of those cases, the stock market was higher 6 months from those points in time by an average of 15%.
Shares of Netflix surged after Citigroup upgraded the streaming company's stock to buy. It comes just days after it was revealed that billionaire investor Bill Ackman had taken a position in the company. Shares of Tesla jumped after Credit Suisse raised the electric car maker's stock rating to outperform. Bank stocks also rose as a widely watched section of the U.S. Treasury yield curve flattened to its lowest level since October 2020. And the fourth quarter earnings season rolls on with mega caps Amazon, Meta Platforms, formerly Facebook, and Google parent Alphabet all expected to report later this week.
Sony Interactive Entertainment will acquire Halo video game creator Bungie in a $3.6 billion deal, the company said on Monday, making it the third mega merger this month in a wave of consolidation sweeping the gaming sector. Earlier in January, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, the creator of Call of Duty, for nearly $70 billion, and Grand Theft Auto video game maker Take-Two made a deal for Zynga, the creator of Farmville. Ethan Gatch is a senior reporter at gaming site Kotaku.
A lot of what the tech world is doing is driving some of this. That Microsoft already has a beachhead in gaming. Sony is obviously extremely reliant on it increasingly as other parts of its business sort of shrink. And so I think they look around at Google and Amazon and Facebook now with its huge pitch for the metaverse and are kind of basically seeing how can we keep getting bigger in order to face up against these other potential competitors from outside our industry.
Bungie, which split from Microsoft Core and became a privately held company in 2007, will join Sony's PlayStation family. It has worked on a number of popular gaming titles, including Marathon and Myth. The company now plans to hire more talent across the studio for Destiny 2, a video game previously published by Activision Blizzard. The sector is on course for a new record of $150 billion in deals, financing, and IPOs this year, according to investment banking firm Drakestar Partners.